See, there are different kinds of churches. And since we are dealing with ships, which can sometimes be a metaphor for the church, there are different types of ships. So some churches are just like a cruise ship. They're just having a good time. They're not serious about growing or about producing anything. They're not serious about development. It's a cruise ship. And on a cruise ship, you just meet, eat, greet, burp, and leave. It's just a cruise ship. Then some churches are like submarines. They are invisible. They are in the water, but you can't see them. They are in the community, but they don't have any ministry. That's a submarine church. And then there is a church called the tugboat church. A tugboat church is barely making it. A bunch of cheap members. They gave $1 25 years ago to the church, and they're still giving $1 today. A bunch of cheap members, God's tightwads, wouldn't give $1 for anything. They do not return a faithful tithe to their God or support any ministry faithfully. But then you also have the worship church. They're always fighting. Deacons fighting preachers, preachers fighting elders, folk not speaking to each other, backstabbing members. That is a worship church. Wouldn't fight the devil, wouldn't fight sin, but always fighting each other. Then some churches are like sailboats. And a sailboat church is a church that goes with the wind. Whatever way the wind is blowing, that's where the church is going. Whatever is popular, that's what the church is doing. That is a sailboat church. But then there's a final church ship. It's not a cruise ship. It's not a tugboat. It's not a submarine. It's not a warboat, but it's an aircraft carrier. You do know what an aircraft carrier is, don't you? You see that plane at the back of the aircraft carrier, and they have a flat platform, a flat deck, and airplanes on mission fly to the aircraft carrier, and they fly in for one thing, and that is to get refueled. And once they get refueled, they fly back out to mission, and then they come back and get refueled. And guess what? You are an airplane on mission. You're trying to get to Ophir, and the church of God ought to be a place where you can come back and get refueled. When you are down on fuel, you come in here and you get some word. You get fired up with the Holy Ghost. Fly back out on mission. And then next week you come back, get some music, get some prayer, get some preaching, get some singing, get some worship, get some preaching, and you fly back out on mission.